Yeah. What's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're here to talk about a movie called Strays. Alright? Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So again, we're talking about Strays today. All right, this is a movie. It's a comedy. Came out in 2023. Okay, so now it's 2024. But still, this movie is not old at all. Was just in the theaters not too long ago, and is now actually available to watch on streaming and available to buy as well on like VOD, whatever it may be, right? But if you have Peacock, you can actually stream this right now and go ahead and watch it. You know what I'm saying? For nothing. But yeah, so we got this comedy movie, Strays. All right, so this is a movie that we usually see this for kids, right? We got all these animal movies or animated stories, right? Whether it's dogs, cats, alligators, snakes, whatever, you know what I'm saying? With all types of wildlife, right? We got this, but you don't really have too many of them that are set for the adult world, you know what I'm saying? And this is exactly what that is. Kind of like reminiscent to I forgot what that movie was called, but it's like something party where they have like the stuff at the grocery store, like all the little things coming alive, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing things, and it's like a mature CGI like type movie for adults. We got so many of those for kids, but we didn't have too many for the adults. So that's what that was. This is that for the dogs, all right? So Strays, you have a story about an owner named Doug that has a dog, I believe named Hunter, and he feels like he's beloved by his owner. Doug, in real life, is having a hard time with life in general and having a hard time with Hunter. So much to the point where he tries to desert him, but Hunter doesn't understand this. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it gets to a point where Hunter and Doug get separated. Hunter goes on to find a few other friends and kind of gets his feet wet for the first time. You know what I'm saying? In this world in which these dogs don't have any owners, and then if they do, you know what I'm saying, they're out there doing their own thing. All right. But these dogs get him set straight to the point where he gets a taste of life and how it could be to not have an owner. You know what I'm saying? He knows how it is to have an owner, but how it could be to not have an owner. And this helps him to grow in so many different ways to which it helps him out dramatically. You know what I'm saying? This opens up his eyes. This is the first time he's able to kind of breathe air. You know what I'm saying? He's not a baby no more. He's an adult. And then throughout the story, them doing things and everything like that, his whole thing is that he tells them he wants revenge. He wants to go after Doug because he was so good and loyal to Doug, but Doug treated him, dirty by leaving him, right? So, him and his friends, they make a plan to go after Doug. And they kind of encounter little journeys along the way, right? And grow together, you know what I'm saying? Grow as a family together, you know what I'm saying? And that was like the most important thing for the crew of dogs that we're talking about, right? And then it gets to a point where, even though Hunter has learned everything he learned, can he go through with punishing his owner? Because deep down inside, he loves his owner. He wants to be back with his owner. Even though his owner is done with him, he's not done with his owner. You know what I'm saying? So that's really where the story ends up being. And then it's like towards the end, like I said, do I go after my owner or do I not? And that's where I'm gonna leave the story, because like I said, like this is something that's fairly new. You can buy it right now, or you can go watch it on Peacock. If you guys seen the movie, then you know what happens. But if you haven't, like I said, you can go watch it on Peacock right now. So I'm not gonna spoil it any more than I have already. So that's basically the premise of the movie. Now we're gonna jump into three of my favorite scenes. Three of my favorite scenes. Now this will be spoilerish, so if spoiling things bothers you before you watch a movie, pause the video, come back later. If spoiling things does not bother you before you watch a movie, stay tuned. If you already seen the movie, stay tuned. Alright? Now, three of my favorite scenes. So my first one will have to be, man, I mean, this movie was full of like comedy, laughter, and I just had a good time with it. So it's kind of hard for me to choose favorite scenes, but I'd say one of them would be, when all of the dogs are in the when they get caught by the dog catchers or the police force, because there's like this dog that works for police force, tricks them into thinking that they're good, then they all end up getting wrapped up in the cell. You feel me? And there's a part in that scene where they're trying to escape and they have to reach these keys, and there's a certain dog on there that wears a cone that tries to reach a key in a certain way, and it is hella funny. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you ain't seen the movie, stay tuned. You feel me? You'll definitely laugh. But that was one of my favorite scenes. My second favorite scene would have to be when the dogs are tripping off the shrooms. They eat the mushrooms, and when they go to that little like forest area, and they're not regular mushrooms, they're like literally shrooms, and these dogs are tripping. They're having all these crazy things happen, and it just was very, very hilarious. Hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene would probably be, you know, actually, my third favorite scene is being introduced to Jamie Foxx's dog, which is Bug. And he ends up acting like super crazy because we see that there's like three other dogs, big dogs. He's like a smaller dog. Three other big dogs on him, and they're like about to, mess him up. And so he starts acting super crazy, super belligerent, to the point where they're like, yo, even though we probably can mess him up, we don't know if we can mess him up because this fool is acting crazy. Like, let's bounce, so we got other bigger fish to fry. You know me? So that's how that situation ended. But it was just funny seeing him like really just take on that role of being a crazy, drastic character, just in order to get away from the beat down that he was going to receive. You feel me? But that'll be three of my favorite scenes. The grade for this movie, I thought this movie was funny. I thought it was very funny, and I thought it was very creative. Even though we have movies like this that are, for kids, whether it's live action movies like Air Bud, or whether it's animated movies like Pets, you know what I'm saying? We don't really have too many of these for adults. So whether it's an animated or whether it's a live action, I like to see things like this, especially when they do it right, and especially when it's funny. They didn't force anything. They didn't force no jokes. They didn't force no agenda. It just was all criteria to be funny, and that's exactly what it was, and I enjoyed my time with it. The grade for this, like I said, I wasn't expecting too much. I knew it was a comedy. I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy myself. I didn't know how funny it was, how much, just I got caught off guard, you know what I'm saying? But I came in low ball in the movie, expecting it to be okay, and I don't know if it was because of that or just because of how good the movie I received it to me, like when I watched it, you know what I'm saying, that it bumped the grade up, whatever it may be. But all in all, man, I'm going to give this movie out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7.8. 7.8 out of 10. So definitely above average, definitely worth your time. If you love adult comedies, watch this movie. If you love animal movies, especially dogs, watch this movie. If you love the little kid versions of little animal movies and stuff like that, you want an adult version of it, watch this movie. I guarantee you'll enjoy yourself. You know, if you don't enjoy yourself fully, you'll enjoy yourself halfway or 25%, whatever it may be. But all in all, this is definitely a movie worth checking out, like for sure. There's something in there for you, okay? Because like I said, 7.8 out of 10 is definitely not a bad grade. Definitely above average. So worth your time. If you guys saw the movie, let me know some of your favorite scenes. What are some of your favorite childhood movies, whether it's an anime or a live action movie? Would you like to see more movies like this or like that other movie that's animated that I can't remember? I don't know if it's like something party, like Sausage Party, something, bro. But when they had the grocery store items coming alive, you know what I'm saying, in the adult version, right? If you want to see more movies like that, like this, you know what I'm saying, let me know about that in the comments down below. And if you know of any already, let me know about that in the comments down below so maybe I can check it out and do a review on it. You have me. But yeah, let me know your favorite scenes. Let me know your grade for the movie. All right. That's about it for this review. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share as always. This is Q's Insight. I am Cali. Until next time.